I want to show you exactly what's going on right now. A dive team is out here, and they just got one of the divers back into the water. We want to show you what it looks like on a sidewalk here. You look down right here. Real slushy, you can see as I kick with my ugly boot. These people know that there aren't many things that you can bring inside the Siegel Center with you. Now, bags like this one, you want to leave this at home because they're not allowed in. What's expected to be the last day of this session comes down to the old mighty dollar. The victim's name should be released in the next couple of hours. They have been in the process of letting his family know what happened. Now, that man found shot right here on the ground, shot in the chest, and neighbors and detectives want to know what happened. Normally, investigators bring out their dog to go into the house and check things out, looking for clues. Yeah, Heather, right now, when you buy a pack of smokes, there's the Surgeon General's warning right here on the side of that pack, but the federal government wants more graphic images like the one you see behind me. I'm wearing these special gloves. It's just one of dozens of tools Dominion crews have on their big bucket trucks. Yeah, Gray, there's a checklist you have to go through before the game. You've got the T-shirt, check, the bandana, check, and, of course, the game food. The storm's winds were so powerful that it knocked part of the roof of this house off, sent wood like this into this car, and smashed out the back window of this other car.
This is NBC 12 News.
Thanks for watching 12 News at 6. I'm Deon Guillory, and we begin tonight with your forecast. For much of the day, it's been downright dreary, and it looks like we may not be out of the woods just yet. Meteorologist Ross Runners in the First Warning Weather Center keeping an eye on the risk for some severe storms. 2 people have been arrested and charged following the abduction of a 14-year-old Virginia girl, but police say the abduction wasn't all what it seemed. A Richmond family buries their murdered loved one just as U.S. Marshals make an arrest in connection to the robbery and fatal shooting. Today, volunteers will be cleaning up Richmond's Evergreen Cemetery ahead of tomorrow's dedication. A heroic 8-year-old boy was laid to rest in Wise County today. He's being credited with saving the lives of his mother and younger brothers as their trailer went up in flames earlier this week. A brawl on the Virginia State University campus led to the arrest of 5 people early this morning. As you can see, this is what's left of the house right now. You can see part of the siding is off, and there's also debris just left on the front porch. When firefighters got here early this morning, all they saw were flames. When crews arrived on the scene, the fire was intense and there was a lot of smoke. Tron Little could feel it in his house next door.
The flame was so big, man. The heat was intensified in my house. I felt like I was in the oven in my house.
Tron says he got up, saw the fire, and called 911.
The flame looked like they were like 9 feet in the air away from the top of the roof over there at the next door. It was real high. It was catching tree limbs on fire, everything.
Firefighters say part of the second floor collapsed. Another concern was a power line down on the front of the house. Dominion crews were called to check it out. They discovered the line was safe, and crews continued to try to put out the fire. Bernard Massenberg is the home's owner. He watched the whole thing from across the street.
I got a call this morning that the house was burning about 6 o'clock, so I came around in there, and this is what I found.
Bernard says he was renovating the house to rent it out. He says he's had some trouble here before, but never anything like this.
We've had some vandalism here, and Saturday I discovered that someone had been in there and tried to set the house afire.
Normally, investigators bring out their dog to go into the house and check things out, looking for clues, but because this house is so unstable, they decide to go in themselves and take samples back to the lab.
It's devastating, you know, because I was looking forward to renovating the house, making it nice.
The homeowner says he has insurance, but he's not sure if he's going to rebuild. In South Richmond, I'm Deon Guillory for NBC 12 News. Andy, not actually. There's another line here. I want to show you what this line looks like. These are the people who don't have tickets. They are waiting. This line probably formed in maybe the last 10 minutes. Now, I want to swing over here to the line that we have been showing you all morning. Those people do have tickets, and that line is wrapped around the corner. I would say there's at least maybe 200 people with the 2 lines combined out here. Andy, we are going to have a crew out here all morning, and we're going to send things right back to you in the studio. Detectives are trying to figure it out right now. They tell us the gunshots were heard in this part of the building, and minutes later the victim's body was found on the other side of the building. Moments of sadness and consoling early Wednesday morning. Henrico police say 21-year-old Orlando Isaiah Baylor had been visiting a cousin at the Essex Village Apartments. Officers say someone called them after hearing gunshots just after 4 Wednesday morning.
It sounded at least about 4 or 5 gunshots.
Police tell us once officers got there, neighbors directed them to Baylor's body, found in the grass on the side of the building. This is an area with a lot of families with small children, and neighbors tell me they are concerned for their family's safety. We talked to two neighbors who didn't want to go on camera. One who says she heard the gunshots, the other who found out about the incident in an unwanted way.
My 9-year-old baby actually looked out my window and seen this man laying here.
A check of online court records shows Orlando Baylor has been in trouble in the past. He's had a couple of assault charges in Henrico County. Those date back to 2010. There's also a monumental damage charge from last year. As police looked for clues in his killing, they blocked off a big area of the apartment complex with crime scene tape. They even looked for bullets in the siding of the apartment complex. Now a family just wants answers.
It's tragic enough for kids to live their daily life, so for them to wake up to something like this, it's just ridiculous to me.
If you know anything that can help police catch who's responsible for this, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers. That number is 780-1000. In Henrico County, I'm Deon Guillory for NBC 12 News. The biggest concern right now is the building behind me. Students haven't had classes here because it's being renovated. So far, $500,000 has been poured into this renovation project, and the school board is concerned that it may not be ready for the January 9th start date. One by one, these students at Patrick Henry Charter School start their last day before winter break walking the neighborhood, singing Christmas carols. They currently attend classes in Woodland Heights Baptist Church. It's the building used by Patrick Henry ever since it opened in August 2010. Construction crews are hard at work on what will be the school's permanent home, a couple of blocks away.
We have so much momentum. We are moving into our permanent location. We're going to be there starting with school January 9th.
Kristen Larson is the vice president of the board of directors at Patrick Henry.
This has been 3 years in the making.
She says kids will start having classes in this building January 9th, but that date is one of several concerns for the Richmond School Board. In this letter sent by Chair Kimberly Bridges, the board is also worried the amount of money the school is raising will not be enough. Larson says there's no need for concern.
We raised nearly $1 million in grants and donations. Some of that has gone towards the building. Some of that has gone towards startup equipment because we're a new school.
The board is also concerned with the turnover rate of teachers and staff. Larson says the turnover rate is normal for any new school.
We're going through normal growing pains that any new school, especially a charter school in Virginia, where it's very challenging, would go through. But we're moving in a positive direction. At
this point, the school board doesn't have a backup plan just in case this building's not ready for kids after winter break. The school's charter is due for renewal after next school year. Reporting in South Richmond, I'm Deon Guillory for NBC 12. The accident caused debris like this Asian newspaper and this Chinese food wrapper to blow all across the interstate, and now crews are cleaning it all up. The crash happened just after 3 Wednesday morning on I-85 near the Sycamore Street Bridge. State police tell us the driver of a tractor-trailer ran off the side of the road, ramming the guardrail and the overpass. The impact caused the trailer to cross over into the northbound lane and slam into this box truck. The trailer overturned, and from these pictures you can see it opened up, sending the Chinese food it had been hauling across the interstate. An ambulance took the tractor-trailer driver, 33-year-old Thomas Orr, to Southside Regional Medical Center. He's expected to be okay. The box truck's driver had to be flown to VCU Medical Center. State police tell us he has critical injuries. Once daylight came, crews moved in to try to clean up the mess. They came in with a couple of front-end loaders to scoop it all up. Crews then dumped all of the mess into the back of a truck. It took them several hours to finish. That tractor-trailer driver, 33-year-old Thomas Orr, faces several charges, including reckless driving and failure to wear a seatbelt. In Petersburg, I'm Deon Guillory, NBC 12 News.
I mean, we're neighbors.
Faye Coleman and Charles Townsend know the true meaning of friendship. After weathering Saturday's storms, they, along with neighbors, are helping each other clean up.
Family and friends have come through and bought tarps and just really rallied together.
What's described as a tornado was seen in DeWitt and ripped the roof off of Faye's home. Her 16-year-old son was inside as the twister moved through. He knew to run for cover.
He was in the closet with a mattress pulled over top of him. As long as my child was fine, I was really happy.
The storm left behind more damage at Charles's house.
We saw the tornado. It touched down here at the pond. It blew down trees, all the sheds, buildings down here. It tore down. It took the roof off, everything.
The storm's winds were so powerful that it knocked part of the roof of this house off, sent wood like this into this car, and smashed out the back window of this other car.
Trees, wood it didn't break off. It just popped them out, right at the ground.
And it wasn't just trees. In the Five Forks area near the battlefield, this power pole just snapped, leaving power lines on the ground. A barn's roof blown off, the siding tossed into a tree. With all the damage, everyone back in DeWitt thankful no one here was hurt.
One good thing, didn't anybody get hurt.
Yeah.
So that's a plus.
That's a plus.
All this stuff can be replaced, but, didn't anybody lose a life, thank goodness.
Faye and Charles prepared to finish cleaning things up Sunday morning. In Dinwiddie County, I'm Deon Guillory for NBC 12.